What's up, everyone? It's your boy Infrar-Ed. Welcome to the Scott Reports. Today I am bringing you a manga review of a new series that started in Shonen Jump. It's 3 chapters in and it is called The Promised Neverland. And I always said in my videos for a while now that I wanted to get back on the manga review train. Unfortunately, work-life play balance has caused me to shift manga reviews down, but I do want to get back into them, and I'm going to catch up on this series, and I'm going to go ahead and try to review this as well. And I did take a dive into the first chapter of this series. Again, it is new in Shonen Jump, and I can tell you right off the bat that this series is dark. I mean, like, really dark. I mean, unexpected dark for Shonen Jump. I mean, it's nothing out of the ordinary. It's nothing you've never seen before. But for it to be in Shonen Jump, it definitely has a tone and a different type of, feel that is bringing to this magazine. And that's always a good thing for me because I love psych. I love mystery. I love horror. I love all these type of things that this series is bringing to Shonen Jump so far. And it feels more like a seinen instead of a shonen. So that is good in itself. It was enough for me to pick up the pages of this one, give it a read. And since it was the premiere issue, it was probably about 50 pages in. So what is The Promised Neverland about actually? Well, orphans for starters. But the thing is, these orphans, they have like a tattoo on their neck with a number. So that was kind of weird. It made me say, what type of sting operation are these people running here? But what makes things even more mysterious is that they're in this orphanage, and it's not like the cliche bad orphanage where the kids are just treated horrible. It's actually pretty good for them. I mean, they're running around, they're playing, they're happy, they're fed pretty well. But what makes it even more interesting is that these kids are extremely smart. I mean, they're taken into a room and they're tasked with solving these very complicated math problems in a very fast amount of time. And this is also where we get to see the 3 main characters, the first being a female by the name of Emma. And she's the smartest of them all. And she has 2 other friends. It's another 2 boys. It's another boy who's almost as smart as her, but not quite. And another one that's very athletic. And that is where the fun begins for this series. And this orphanage, of course, is gated. It has a big gate around it. The kids are told that they can't go outside. And when they hit the age of 12, you just don't see them again. Either they go to another family or, they're shipped off to another direction. But wait, it gets worse, because just when you thought you heard it all before, just when you think this is the cliche type of thing, Attack on Titan type of story, you find out that these kids are actually livestock. They're on a farm. And what's going on is they're being taught, because basically these kids are being sold to like rich creatures, like these rich, expensive creatures. And the more intelligent they are, the more athletic they are, whatever they decide to train them into, the better the taste they are. Not to mention that they're also kids, so that's when they're going to be at their richest. And right then, I'm like, wow, this is dark. This should not be in Shonen Jump. This is some straight up Dead Man Wonderland shit. As you got kids out here getting it how they live, straight up being turned to ground beef and sold as byproducts to these monsters outside, which kind of makes you wonder, what is this Promised Neverland, as it's the first chapter. So of course things are still mysterious, but is a Promised Neverland, is this like true freedom for these kids? Or is it something that they're telling them that, once you achieve this level, you're going to go to the Promised Neverland? I can't wait to find out exactly what that means. But again, that kind of took me off guard, because I think by the end of this, I think it's on a trial run or something. I'm not exactly sure how Shonen Jump works, but I think it gets like 10 chapters. I think if it remains in a Shonen Jump, it's either going to get censored or they're going to have a change or something, because that panel, when you find out what is really happening to these kids, was like some berserk Dead Man Wonderland type stuff. Again, I don't see how it made Shonen Jump. Maybe they decided to just pony up and say, you know what? Fuck it. It's a new world that we living in. These kids are going to have to get some hurt, because I'm pretty sure this is going to traumatize some people. And herein lies the danger for our main character, Emma. She is one of the most, if not highest intelligent person on this farm. And now knowing what we know about them, that kind of brings danger to her, because again, we're dealing with a very dark world where these kids are being cold like food to be taken out and fucking eaten. And now you have a main character who has pretty much everything that they're sorting after to eat. So yeah, I mean, I definitely recommend that you at least check it out. It's 3 chapters in, so just like anime, You can read the rest of the chapters and see if you're going to stick with it or not. I'll be bringing a chapter review for episode 2 and 3 as well. Or, I'm sorry, manga chapter 2 and 3, not episode, for this series as well. This was more of just a first impression, but I can tell you, color me intrigued as I am strapped in and I'm ready to read the rest of these and bring you guys the review for the other 2 chapters so we can get into it. So the Promised Neverland, again, that is the mystery. What is the Promised Neverland? As I'm sure the end goal is going to be either to find the truth of what's going on to these kids, like why don't we see them again when they turn 12? Or maybe it's going to be some type of escape plan to get everybody out. Again, until I start reading it, until the world start opening up, I don't know. But the fact that I don't know where this story is going, is definitely worth the time, I believe, to take a look into it. So, guys, let me know what you thought of this video. And if you read this series, let me know what you thought about it in the comments, as I will be catching up on it. As I always say, you guys could be anywhere on YouTube right now if you chose to listen to me. And I really appreciate that. So thanks for stopping by. I can't wait to get back into manga so I can bring manga to you guys as well up the channel. And I'm going to go ahead and end it here. So thanks for joining me once more. It's your boy Infrar-Ed signing out. See you soon.